Hello everyone, my name is Derek P. Fields. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. And also, YouTube land, welcome to 2019. How about that? Another year. Man, I'll be 40 this year. It's time to get right, time to get fit, time to reach the goals that I have set before me. So hopefully 2019 will be a good year for not only me, but also everybody else out there. So this video, guys, is yesterday as we hit day 2 of the long and horribly boring offseason for the Detroit Lions. The 2019 opponents have been set. So we've got to wait until April-ish for the schedule, for the actual when we play and where we play, as far as what day we play these games. But the opponents have been set. And so here on DetroitLions.com, we've got who the Lions will be playing. So this year they played the NFC East and the AFC West, or coming up for the 2019-2020 season. They will also play a team from the South, which was the last place South team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they will also play the last place NFC West team, so the Arizona Cardinals. So we will play them again. In addition to that, we have our usual Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, okay? And then we have Washington, Philly, Denver, Oakland, and Arizona that will be on the road. So those are our 8 road games. Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, Philly, Washington, Denver, Oakland, and Arizona. And then, of course, we have the usual 3 division games at home. And in addition to those, we will play Dallas again for the upcoming year, the New York Giants, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those will be our 8 road games, which will be Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay. Oh, I'm sorry. Home games: Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay, Dallas, New York, Kansas City, the Chargers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So very early, guys. Very, very early. And because the Lions are kind of, now they cleaned out their locker yesterday and they're on their way to visit their families, obviously, with the offseason, and that's it. And did anybody notice Matt Patricia finally shaved? He shaved, I guess, before the season in conference. So it's like, dude, so I guess maybe he had some type of thing where he didn't shave all season, but he didn't shave it completely off. He kind of looked like he did when he had his press conference to start when he got hired. But anyway, I don't know if anybody else noticed that. So here's what I want to put out there to Detroit Lions fans. Yeah, it's the offseason. We really don't have too much stuff to talk about regarding the Detroit Lions, but if I try to make a Detroit Lions video, I don't want to be fetching and pulling and reaching for stuff. I want to talk about stuff that's either directly tied to my team, could possibly, like, there's a good chance that it can tie to my team. It has to deal with the Detroit Lions in some way. Somebody they need to go get, somebody I think they should go get, somebody they have ties with, whatever. I don't just like to manufacture stuff. However, what I do want to do, guys, is I kind of want to go through this, and I'm going to just spit. As a fan, from a fan's perspective, I'm going to just spit here. And I'm going to tell you what I think our record will be. It's very early, okay? Very early in the season, and we still got training camp. We still got free agency. We got a long way to go, right? But when we saw the schedule for last year, if you go back and you watch the real reason Detroit Lions are losers, and they made the schedule for next year, they made the opponents because the schedule wasn't out yet. I told you guys that we were going to be terrible, that we were going to get beat up on across the board. Now, if you look at the Detroit Lions and what they've done this coming season, or the season that just passed, let's pull them up. And this is why this is potentially, it's really any given Sunday. Man, what? Okay, hold on. Oh, it's in between that gap. All right. So This is just simply from a fan's perspective. Okay, where is the? What do they do? Okay, here we go. Schedule. All right, I want to see the whole thing. All right, so let's look at the teams that, and this has been the knock on the Lions for as long as I can remember. They cannot beat playoff bound teams. Okay, so let's look at the people that they beat, because the people they lost to don't matter. Well, actually it does. So let's look at the people. Let's look at their schedule and see why this matters and why I think that it's quite scary already. They lost to the Jets, non-playoff bound team. They lost to the San Francisco 49ers, non-playoff bound team. They did beat the early on when I'm not going to take anything away from it, but when the New England Patriots were looking mighty suspect and they were, one in something, can't remember what their record was, the Lions won, got their first win of the season against New England Patriots, and the New England Patriots are now the second seed in the entire AFC. Okay, so that just early on, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? They lost against Dallas, playoff team. They beat Green Bay, non-playoff team. They beat Miami, non-playoff team. They lost to Seattle, playoff team. Lost to Minnesota, non-playoff team. They lost to them twice. Okay, but it was one win away. Minnesota they controlled their own situation and they blew it. So yeah, technically they could have been. It was like one win away from a playoff team, but okay, all right. Okay. Where we at? They lost to Chicago, playoff team. They beat Carolina, non-playoff team. They lost to the Rams, playoff team. Beat Arizona, non-playoff team. They lost to Buffalo, non-playoff team. They lost to Minnesota, and they beat the Green Bay Packers. So we've got 2 losses to Minnesota, which is a non-playoff team, but that could have went either way. They lost to the playoff bound Rams, playoff bound Bears twice, so that's 5 losses. They lost to Minnesota twice, and the Bears twice, and the Rams, that's 5. Seattle, that's 6. Dallas, that's 7. And then just the 49er stuff, that's ridiculous. So if we go back and we look at their opponents for next year, what should they do? What do you think? Leave it in the comments. How do you think? Very early prediction, because that's what we don't have anything. We don't have too much to talk about, but we got something to look forward to, right? So very early Lions prediction of who they have to play. This is solely based on how the Lions did this year and how these other teams fared this year. We do know we've got the draft, we've got free agency, we've also got the any given Sunday factor. But I'm going to put it out here and say it's kind of the teams that scare me are the Chargers, the Chiefs, Dallas. Okay, and when I say scare, I mean teams that we could lose to. Chicago, Minnesota, because we just can't. They had our number this year. Philly. Okay, so that's 6. That's 6 teams. So those are the teams that scare me. All right, so let's see. Let me go ahead and make my early meaningless prediction based on the schedule. No additional factors. Mind that when you start commenting, just what I think based on how we fared and how these teams fared. We will, okay, let's see. We will, man, okay, here we go. Because I like to look back at these videos and be like, man, you was close, or man, you was far out, All right, so the Lions will. They will beat, these are the home games. like I said, it's just a fun thing to do. They will beat the Buccaneers. They will lose to the Chargers. They will lose to the Chiefs. They will beat the Giants. They will beat Dallas. They will beat Green Bay at home. They will beat Minnesota at home. They will lose to Chicago at home. Okay? I'm going to have to look back at this tape so I can know what I said. The road games, they will, I'm going to say, lose to Green Bay and Lambeau. They will lose to Chicago at Soldier Field, if that's where they still play. They will beat Minnesota. They will beat Washington. They will beat Denver. They will beat Oakland. They will beat Arizona. And they're going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. So let me run that back. I got to run that back and see what I said. I got to run it back. But based on the schedule, I got to run it back. I should have been writing this stuff down. The Lions will go 10-6. Lions will go 10-6 for the 2019 campaign. This is an early, meaningless prediction based on the schedule or the opponents that were released by the NFL yesterday. Okay? So, I think it was 10. I'm going to have to go back and see. But if anybody counted what I said, leave it in the comments because I need to know. I just threw 10-6 out there. But whatever I said here, okay, is what the Lions will do. So, anyway, guys, it is early. Man, is it just me? I said that the offseason was going to go fast, but it's, I don't know. And now it feels like it's going so slow. Maybe because I wore myself out yesterday. Wore it out, so. Anyway, guys, it is Derek P. Fields. Do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Love the participation. Shout out to my loyal people. My new subscriber, Eric Alliance fan, Luke G, Frederick Williams, Fortune Over Fame. I think that's you. Comment all the time. Got some other people. Shout out to Dosa Dion, Detroiter or Detroit YouTuber. All my other Detroit YouTubers out there. Let's come up. Let's make 2019 a great year, not only for YouTube but for life as well. Let's go ahead and reach our goals. And I'm saying that the first day, and then July 1st, I'm gonna be like, oh, I've gained 50 pounds and I don't want to do anything anymore. So it is Derek P. Fields, guys. Thank you so much, and I will catch you on the next video. Derek is out. Peace.